There's a specific kind of person who walks into a room, smiles, answers, "I'm fine," without hesitation, and means absolutely none of it. Not because they're disborn, but because somewhere along the way, they learned that carrying their weight quietly was simply easier than explaining it to a world that wasn't quite ready to hold it. Psychology has a lot to say about these people, and almost none of it is what you'd expect. We tend to look at people who mask their emotions and assume something is wrong with them, that they're avoiding, that they're in denial, that they need to open up more. But researchers studying emotional regulation and psychological resilience have found something far more interesting beneath the surface. People who habitually present strength, even when they aren't feeling it, often possess a rare combination of emotional discipline, social intelligence, and deeply internalized resilience that most people simply never develop. This video isn't about telling you to stop masking. It's about understanding what that masking quietly reveals about who you are. Here are the psychological traits almost always found in people who fake being okay. Number 1. You have an extraordinary ability to function under pressure. When everything inside feels heavy, you still show up. You still meet your deadlines. You still ask how other people are doing. You still hold things together. Psychologists call this high-functioning emotional suppression, and while it has real costs when left unaddressed, it also reflects something remarkable. Your nervous system has been trained to separate internal experience from external performance in a way that takes most people years of deliberate practice to develop. You do it almost automatically. That's not weakness dressed up as strength. That's an exceptionally calibrated mind. Number 2. You consistently put others before yourself, even when you're the one who needs support. This is one of the most defining traits of people who mask their pain. While they're privately struggling, they remain genuinely present for the people around them. They listen, they advise, they show up. Research in prosocial behavior suggests this isn't just selflessness. It reflects a deep empathic awareness, an almost instinctive prioritization of others' emotional comfort over their own. The cost is real, but so is the depth of care behind it. People who fake being okay are often the most reliably present people in someone else's hardest moments. Number 3. You've developed a resilience that most people haven't been tested enough to build. Resilience isn't something you develop in comfortable conditions. It's built specifically in the moments where you had no choice but to keep going, and you kept going anyway. Psychologists studying post-traumatic growth have consistently found that individuals who have navigated significant internal struggle without external support often develop a stress tolerance and emotional endurance that becomes one of their greatest long-term strengths. You didn't choose the training, but you completed it, and that changes something permanent inside the brain. Number 4. You read people with an accuracy that surprises them. When you've spent years managing your own internal state while navigating external social expectations, you become acutely sensitive to the gap between what people say and what they actually feel. You notice the forced smile. You catch the slight hesitation before, "I'm fine." You sense the shift in someone's energy before they've consciously processed it themselves. This is hypervigilant social perception, and in people who mask their emotions, it develops almost as a byproduct. You spent so long monitoring your own presentation that reading others became second nature. Take a moment with this. Every trait we've covered, the ability to function under pressure, the instinct to protect others, the resilience, the perception, none of these are accidents. They are the specific output of a mind that has been doing something deeply difficult for a very long time. And what's worth acknowledging before we continue is this: the strength was never fake. The smile might have been, but the strength behind it, completely real. Let's keep going. Number 5. Your relationship with solitude is deeply complicated and deeply necessary. For people who perform okayness around others, being alone becomes the only space where the performance can stop. Solitude isn't loneliness for you, it's release. Psychologists studying emotional labor note that people who regulate their emotional presentation in social environments require significant recovery time alone to decompress and reintegrate their actual internal state. This means your need for solitude isn't antisocial, it's physiological. Your nervous system genuinely needs the quiet to process what the composed version of you held at bay all day. Number 6. You struggle to ask for help, even when you desperately need it. This is perhaps the heaviest part of this personality pattern. The same strength that allows you to carry things quietly also makes it profoundly difficult to put them down, even temporarily, even with people you trust. Psychologists connect this to something called self-reliant attachment, a pattern where asking for support feels more uncomfortable than simply enduring alone. It isn't pride. It isn't stubbornness. It's a deeply conditioned belief, often formed early, that your needs are less urgent than your responsibility to appear okay. Recognizing this pattern is often the first real step to slowly, carefully releasing it. Number 7. You use humor as both a shield and a genuine gift. People who mask pain often develop a sharp, warm, self-deprecating sense of humor. It serves a dual purpose, deflecting attention away from what's real while simultaneously creating genuine connection with others. Research on humor and psychological coping consistently shows that the ability to find lightness in difficulty is one of the most powerful resilience mechanisms available to the human mind. Your humor isn't avoidance, it's survival intelligence. And more often than not, it's the very thing that makes you the person others most want to be around. Number 8. Beneath the composed surface, you feel everything more deeply than anyone around you realizes. This is the quiet truth at the center of all of it. People who work hardest to appear okay are rarely the ones who feel the least. They are almost always the ones who feel the most. So much so that containing it becomes necessary just to function. Psychologists describe this as high emotional intensity, a trait linked to deep empathy, profound creativity, and an unusually rich inner life. The very depth that makes containing emotions necessary is also what makes you one of the most feeling, most alive people in any room. You just learned early that the world couldn't always hold that much of you, so you held it yourself. Here's what psychology wants you to understand. Faking being okay is not a character flaw. It is a sophisticated, learned response to a world that didn't always create enough space for your full emotional reality. The discipline it required built resilience. The empathy it demanded built perception. The silence it enforced built depth. None of that was wasted. None of it was weakness. But here's the other side of that truth, and it matters just as much. The same strength that carried you through doesn't have to carry everything alone forever. The bravest thing a person who has always appeared okay can do is slowly, carefully begin to let someone see that they aren't. Not to fall apart, but to finally be known. You spent a long time being strong for a world that needed you composed. Maybe now it's time to be honest for yourself. And if you're someone who overthinks, this connects directly to you. Click the video on your screen. It goes deeper into what your mind is actually trying to tell you and why it feels so hard to switch off. You'll understand yourself a lot better after this.